for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Present, stay tuned. Welcome, everybody, to the day we've all been looking forward to. The start of a new NBA season on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan courtside with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, and our reporter tonight on the sideline, David Aldridge. A moment now to see how the schedule is looking for the Bucks. On Monday, they'll go up against the Bulls in Chicago. Then on Wednesday, they'll be matching up against Mike Conley and the Utah Jazz.
And Kevin, I think you have to look at this as an opportunity to take a step forward. Sometimes tough road trips can bring the best out of a team and bring you closer together.
Here are the starters for Milwaukee. Matthews, Middleton, the two wings. Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. And it's Bledsoe in at the point. And for Portland, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Hezonja at the 4 and Whiteside at the 5. And it's Hood at the 3. Clark, the Raiders are still trying to get their firm footing as the new season begins and a new arena for them opens up. Talk about your journey over the course of your rookie year.
Yeah, I remember it was really exciting to have fulfilled the dream of being an NBA player. I struggled early in the season, particularly against some of the veteran guys I ran up against, but found my rhythm and really played extremely well for the second segment of the season. But there was a period, Kevin, when I ran into a wall and just had nothing in terms of sharpness or legs. And then all of a sudden, after about a week and a half of that, it just went away. And I hit my stride and finished strong.
And so the Milwaukee Bucks get the first points of the ballgame. McCollum, no good.
Boy, I'm absolutely shocked he didn't get that one to go. Usually he's money from deep.
Keeping it alive. The new 14. Down it goes. Nice one there from Antetokounmpo.
Really, you know what? Trying to keep Antetokounmpo off the glass, that's a tough assignment because he's long and he can leap.
Now here's Lillard. The 3. Whiteside inside. Lopez is there. It goes up again. And the rejection by Giannis.
You know, that's a quick 0 for 4 now. At what point do you call a timeout and reset?
On 0 of 2 from deep here. Lillard, the pass to Whiteside. McCollum outside. A floater. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Whiteside.
Well, that's a moment he'd like to archive. Embarrassing lapse of judgment there.
And here in the first, closing in on 2 minutes play. Bledsoe against Lillard. Here's Bledsoe. Floats it up for Giannis. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Matthews against McCollum. Shoots over Matthews. Misses off the left iron. For Milwaukee, they've gone 3 of 4 from the field to start off the game. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
You got to try to keep Bledsoe out of the lane. You can't let him get in there. As soon as that happens, you're in trouble. Big trouble.
And since coming to the Bucks, Eric Bledsoe hasn't been asked to do nearly as much as he has in the past.
And for Bledsoe, that is a good thing, as he is best as a complementary player. Not scoring as much, but his decision-making and shot selection have vastly improved.
And he makes the first.
You know, while Eric Bledsoe isn't a 20-point-per-game scorer like he was in Phoenix, you could argue that he's a more effective player since coming to Milwaukee. His efficiency is at a career high level.
Bledsoe hits them both. And for Bledsoe and the Bucks, he's been a great fit, Clark, as a third option on the team.
Yeah, I agree, guys, because it really comes down to recognizing the right spot and right role for you with your team. And Bledsoe himself recognizes that. He says he's the happiest he's ever been since coming to Milwaukee.
Yeah, things not going their way, and he wants to just try to talk this one over.
And you know what, guys? If for nothing else, just to slow things down a little bit, change it up somewhat.
And while we have a chance, let's take a look at the best free throw shooters in the league from last season. Damian Lillard, third.
He was locked and loaded from the free throw line all season. Never suffered through any real lulls in that department.
Trailblazers have got a paltry 0 of 6 from the field here in what's been a very difficult start for them. McCollum against Matthews. Pass to Hazanya. Left side, Hood. 6 to shoot. Lopez with the block.
Lopez showing off the length there to get to that shot.
And the jam by Bledsoe.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
And, you know, it's an all-out effort they've come in with. Very aggressive offense so far.
Now here's Lillard. To end the drought. Rebound.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Offensive rebound. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It goes on C.J. McCollum.
You know, since entering the league at age 18, Antetokounmpo has really grown. The Greek Freak, now one of the league's premier talents, no doubt.
Milwaukee shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game. First one falls for him.
Well, you know, it's hard to overstate the impact that Giannis has on the floor with his play. I mean, he gives you so much at both ends of the floor, offense and defense, and really draws a lot of attention from the opposing team.
Both free throws good from Antetokounmpo. The efficiency of Giannis, Clark, that's just the icing on the cake.
Yeah, I agree with you guys. For years, people were asking, how scary is Giannis going to be? Well, we've got our answer pretty much in the form of he's a nightmare.
Now here's McCollum. Outside Hood. Can they get it? And he makes that one.
And that ends the struggle. You could feel the tensions in the building with each miss.
Woo, man, this thing was turning into a soccer game. A lot of action and not many points.
Here's Bledsoe, following the score by Rodney Hood. Antetokounmpo. A rebound by Hazanya.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
Now the Bucks moving it up. Here's Antetokounmpo, and Giannis throws it down.
You know, one of the things you love about Giannis, guys, is his all-around game. I mean, showing it all off there.
Hazanya kicks to McCollum. The pass to Whiteside. A second chance effort, and the layup is up and in.
And the presence of Whiteside in the paint, really unreal. He is a dominant figure down low. Great work to grab that second chance opportunity.
Now here's Bledsoe. He's got 8. And the double up on Antetokounmpo. Outside for Bledsoe. Back to Giannis. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
And, you know, establishing that physical dominance early gives you a big mental edge, too. Don't discount that.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over.
Well, you know, the Bucks can be a real force on defense. We're the top-rated defense last season in the league and number 1 in rebounding and challenging shooters as well.
And checking out the numbers for Bledsoe. Good season for him last year. He averaged about 16 points a game, 5 assists and 4 rebounds. Even though his numbers have been more than solid, I think he'll want to step his game up to another level.
Yeah, and you know, on paper, those numbers are terrific. Most players would be thrilled with those numbers, but as good as they are, I know this guy expects more of himself.
And Clark, the length and size of the Bucks, a big part of their defensive success.
Well, I agree. I mean, versatile defenders across the board for the Bucks. They can handle switches and pick and rolls comfortably. Makes for a very strong defensive force no matter who's on the floor for this team.
Here's Hood after Eric Bledsoe's score, and Lillard throws it down.
And hard to decide which was better, the pass, the catch, or the slam.
Oh, there's no wrong answer. Sensational alley-oop.
Tell you what, you wouldn't know they're the team trailing when they're able to pull off plays like that.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Yeah, you know, they've had the advantage at both ends. They've got all the momentum early on.
Now here's Lillard. Here's McCollum. And the rejection by Giannis.
Boy, this is bad. Tough to watch. I mean, this is really bad. He's stone cold this quarter. Man.
And a moment here to take a look at some of the hustle stats for Milwaukee.
Great hustle defensively through the first half, contesting everything and racking up the block shots.
Something else they've done right so far from the get-go tonight is run. I mean, so much of their offense has come off the fast break.
And you talk about shot makers, C.J. McCollum, one of the best in the game. From mid-range, you could argue he's the best, flat out.
Shooting 2.
They throw good, McCollum. And you look at the shot chart for McCollum. He's a threat, Greg, from everywhere.
Able to hit off the bounce, pulling up. At his height, he's got to be creative, making space for his shot.
Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. And so McCollum nails both of them.
McCollum's carved out an impressive NBA career for himself, and I think he's still ascending. He was the 10th pick in the 2013 NBA draft. He's still got plenty of upside.
And Giannis throws it down.
And Antetokounmpo is so long. I mean, he stretches forever, covers a ton of ground.
Now we'll go to David Aldridge, who spoke with Terry Stotts. David?
Well, Kevin, there's no question he wants them to lean on the defense and protect the rim. If you look at how they've constructed the roster, that's one of their strengths. That's what their coach wants them to do, take advantage of the things that they do well. guys.
Thank you, David. Obviously, they feel that's the strategy that will earn them the W.
And Kevin, when you're disrupted defensively early on, that can help change the complexion of the rest of the game.
Exactly. I mean, because you're creating turnovers, getting into transition, playing in the open court against a defense that's not set, and hopefully getting some easy points at the other end.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Yeah, the half and half balls are going their way, and that's really a function of effort and intensity. You know, the ball doesn't discriminate. Whoever goes and gets it, that's who owns it.
Here is Bledsoe, following the basket by C.J. McCollum. Lopez finds Middleton. And again, Bucks miss. And so it's McCollum. He'll bring it up for the Portland Trailblazers, trailing here by 8. No good. Good D by Matthews. Giannis dishes to Bledsoe. Trying to get open is Lopez. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
That's not the kind of streak you want to be part of defensively. Tighten it up, fellas.
And the shot is good. 6 points for C.J. McCollum.
Gets one to fall, but only his second make in the first 7 attempts.
Bledsoe passes to Giannis. The shot by Middleton, wide open. Good, and the assist goes to Giannis. And the Bucks lead by 10.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
And Greg, you know nothing makes a coach happier than selflessness on the basketball court.
And the basket by McCollum.
And that's an element McCollum brings to their offense, the ability to drain the outside shot. It stretches the defense and makes them keep bodies on the perimeter.
Now here's Bledsoe. He's got 12. The wide open look here for Lopez. Drains the three-pointer.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Very high percentage so far, and if you want to start a game hot, that's the way to do it.
Lillard against Bledsoe. Puts it up from 12. Milwaukee with the rebound. Giannis has got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Floats it up for Giannis. Lopez right side. Back to Matthews. Over McCollum, and there are the Bucks with another bucket.
And Matthews unafraid to let it fly from the mid-range now. A consistent score from this area of the floor. Come get it, come get it.
Lillard with it. Matthews covering. And Lillard kicks to McCollum. Nurkic trying to get open. McCollum no good.
Not much falling for him this quarter, guys, and you can sense his frustration.
Nurkic with the steal. And now, here's Hazonia. Antetokounmpo defending, and that one drops for him. Lillard's got 7 points.
He's just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
On the wing, Giannis. Hazonia defending. Antetokounmpo, no good.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Hood finds Lillard. McCollum outside. Hazonia on the wing. His first shot coming late, and the Trailblazers getting another bucket right there. 1:09 left here in the first quarter. And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game.
You know, in just his first season with Milwaukee, a huge success for Coach Budenholzer. I mean, came in and led the team to the top seed in the East, gave the franchise a huge boost, and I think they found their leader for the next several years.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Zach Collins checked in for Nurkic. Tolliver comes in for Mario Hezonja. Little, he's checked in for Hood. And it's Kent Bazemore in for C.J. McCollum. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Ilyasova, he's checked in for Lopez. Korver comes in for Chris Middleton. Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for Wesley Matthews. And George Hills subbed in for Eric Bledsoe. Little, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. They're running. And stolen by Bazemore. Pass to Lillard. Lets the three fly. The shot will not fall. So Milwaukee will take it the other way. 6-second difference between shot and game plan. And Giannis throws it down.
Man, he's got it going now. And when he's in this kind of a zone, I think the D's happy to just get out of Antetokounmpo's way.
Lillard with it. He has 7. Five to shoot. Passes to Bazemore. Launches a 3. No good that time. And so it's Milwaukee enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things over during the break. They've been putting on a clinic in the paint. Shots are falling with regularity, and they are pounding it down low. Right back after this break. The leadership mantle, something that Damian Lillard welcomes. He talked about what that means to him.
A lot of responsibility. When things go bad, people are going to look to you first. They're going to point the finger at you first. And when things go well, they're going to give you the credit. So I think it's just a balance of those two things. Being willing to be that guy and being excited about it. I think you got to have fun with it.
Right on the money as always. Lillard has excelled in that leadership role.
Yeah, I mean, he plays with so much confidence and composure, but also it's the way he includes his teammates and gets to know them as individuals that makes him a franchise player.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. Guys, we've seen the Bucks really take control here early.
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, look at the energy, the effort defensively. They put it all out there in that opening quarter.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. On the floor for Portland, Anthony Tolliver out there with Collins. Then it's Damian Lillard. Then it's Little. And it's Bazemore at the shooting guard position. The free throw drops for Lillard.
And the 4-year, $196 million Supermax extension signed by Damian Lillard this offseason. Dame Dollar living up to one of his many nicknames, but money well spent by the Blazers.
Now here's Giannis.
Oh! Hey! Ooh, wow! How about the flash by Antetokounmpo? I mean, just an insanely talented athlete who loves to punish that rim.
Hill against Lillard. Knocked away. And it's out of bounds as the Portland Trailblazers retain possession.
And here's some numbers on Bazemore, how he performed last season. Last season, he averaged 11 points a game, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. And every team in the league needs shooting. That's what he brings coming off the pine.
Yeah, there's always a demand for shooters, man. Half jumper will travel. I'm telling you. Most championship teams, they have a bunch of those guys who can put it in the basket.
Good on the triple. And that's 13 points for Lillard.
And when Lillard's hitting the tray ball, it really opens things up for him. As good a passer as he is, he becomes a major headache for the D if he gets hot from beyond.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Chris Middleton was a first-time All-Star in 2019. Now, we all know that Middleton is one of the league's best shooters, but he had to adjust his game to a new system under coach Mike Budenholzer. Middleton said, "I guess that's what being an all-star is, a team player and a complete player. Not playing for stats, playing for nothing else but to win." Kevin?
First-time All-Star and well-deserved. David, thank you. Here is Lillard. George Hill getting it to go from deep. Back to Lillard. Quarter two and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Off target. That was a little heat check.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
And guys, you know that rebounding is a huge part, a huge component of winning games. It's not a glamour stat, but it's necessary if you're going to be a winning team.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
And Clark, while we have a moment, let's show you the list of players who put up the most points last year. Third is Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And looking back, his points per game really underscored the fact that he never took a game off. I mean, one special performance after another all season long.
Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. Three-pointer, Lillard. And it goes bounds. Last touch by Antetokounmpo. Here's a look now what's coming up for the Milwaukee Bucks. They'll go up against the Bulls in Chicago. And then on Wednesday, they'll be matching up against Rudy Gobert and the Utah Jazz. Now Little. He's still scoreless so far in this one. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Tolliver.
And Korver's solid at getting a hand in the face of shooters. Like seeing him hustle on that end of the floor.
And there's the foul. It's on Nasir Little. That is his first foul of the game. Portland on defense. 9-point game. Like the level of nuance and the footwork that keeps evolving every few years. Talk about the changes that you have seen from the time you've played to the exquisite footwork we see now.
Well, you know, some of my peers would say that these guys are being allowed to walk and have it talked about as good footwork. So you work with Reggie and other guys, and I hear them all the time saying guys are getting away with carrying the ball and so forth. But the footwork is pretty good. I mean, when you think about it, the step-back three-point shot, the ability to make plays off the dribble, all attributed to footwork. I think it's just an evolution of the game. As players see more and more of excellent work on the court, they're able to emulate it a lot sooner and a lot better.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
And Antetokounmpo gets it to go.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Lillard dishes to Collins. That one drops for him. Collins has got his second bucket of the game to go.
Yeah, you know, Lillard has been so good at finding the open man, puts a lot of zip on his passes, and He knows he's responsible for getting his teammates the ball.
Now, here's Antetokounmpo. 24 points for him. Clock at 6. Pass to Connaughton. Shoots. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. And the Bucks lead by 11.
And Hill really swings the ball over nicely. A talented distributor who looks out for his guys.
And here's Bazemore. And there's the pass to Little. And Lillard kicks to Tolliver. Here's Bazemore. Got it. Good job in the low post. Bazemore's got 6.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
Antetokounmpo passes to Ilyasova. Back to Antetokounmpo. And stolen by Bazemore. And now Portland on the break. He's picked up by Hill. Giannis against Bazemore. And it's Little atop the key. Shot clock at 6. The rebound by the Bucks. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. When this game is done, they'll be off to Chicago as they take on the Bulls. That'll be the second of this 2-game road trip.
You know, that's what you want out of your point guard. Hill is really doing a nice job getting the ball from side to side and not hesitating at all in doing it.
Now, here's Lillard. He's got 13.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
So it's Portland now, after the basket by Milwaukee. Charity stripe shot. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. Antetokounmpo's got 13 rebounds in the game. Class eating. Ilyasova hits the bucket.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Trailblazers trail by 15.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Bazemore finds Collins. Here is Lillard. Shoots the 3. Drills the three-pointer. He's got 16.
And 2 more three-point field goals for him here in the second quarter. Somebody had better get a hand up.
Here's Antetokounmpo, and Giannis throws it down.
Boy, the overwhelming strength of Giannis just excels at fighting his way through the defense. Very impressive.
Lillard scanning the floor. It's stolen by Hill. Here's Connaughton. He's covered by Bazemore. Connaughton passes to Antetokounmpo. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
Boy, for such a young player,
Shot's good.
the razor-sharp focus of Antetokounmpo, really impressive. I mean, a muscular guy who still makes baskets despite getting hit in the process. He's not wide, but he is muscular.
This is his 3rd free throw attempt of the game. Here's what Portland's going with right now. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Zach Collins. Hassan Whiteside comes in for Anthony Tolliver. Rodney Hood's checked in for Little. And McCollum subbed in for Kent Bazemore. That's good from Antetokounmpo.
And, you know, the improvement we've seen over the last few seasons with Giannis is incredible. I mean, he just keeps adding to an already superstar-level game.
Now, here's Lillard. He's got 16. 6 to shoot. Releases from 15. Made that one only his 4th of this game after firing 10 times from the floor.
And pro move there. Finds a way to gain some separation against the much taller defender.
You know, your assumption would be that he'd be at a big disadvantage in that matchup, but you'd be assuming wrong.
Pass to McCollum. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. Wesley Matthews picks one up. And, you know, Greg, this last season, Giannis improving on his rebounding and his passing.
Career highs for him in both of those areas. If he ever adds a deep shot, I'm not sure how you guard him at that point.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw good, McCollum. And Clark, when you think back to your playing days in high school, what memories come to mind?
Well, just the fun of being able to have success all 4 years I was at St. Joseph High School in Cleveland, the way the city rallied around us my senior year when we had a chance to play for a state championship. Unfortunately came up short. The teammates and coaches and teachers that I had a chance to enjoy those 4 years with, all really fond, special memories for me.
Passes it to Lopez. Back to Bledsoe. Nurkic with the block. Lillard against Bledsoe. Here's McCollum. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. Lillard's got 4 assists in the game. Here's Bledsoe. 12 points for him. Floats it up for Giannis. Nurkic with the steal. Here's Hood. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead. Hood's got his 3rd basket of the night. And the Bucks with possession here. 17 points was their biggest margin. Pass to Lopez. Here's Antetokounmpo. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
You know, he attracts a lot of attention, and Lopez making the most of it there to set his teammate up with an open look.
Lillard finds Nurkic. Here's McCollum. Lopez covering. Portland moving the ball around. Nurkic the pass to McCollum. That one good for 2. McCollum's got 8 here in the quarter.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
The pass to Lopez. Poked away. Just 5 to shoot. Near the 3-point line, it's Bledsoe. But they'll get another chance. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. Knocked loose, so it's the Bucks now. Shoots from the elbow. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Whiteside's got 4 rebounds now tonight. McCollum dishes to Lillard. Takes the 3. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. Lillard's got 19 points.
And he's clearly led the way offensively. The question is, can they ride him and get back into it?
To the paint. Here's Giannis. And it's blocked by Whiteside.
And Whiteside takes great pride in rejecting shots. Outstanding at getting his arms up and denying shooters.
A good job by him on the glass here tonight. +8 in that department. That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
They get it back. And the jam by Whiteside.
And Hassan Whiteside in this D, forget about it, Kevin. I mean, he's great at getting inside and finishing with force.
Bledsoe kicks to Lopez. Back to Bledsoe. Pass to Lopez. 6 on the shot clock. No good from Bledsoe.
Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
To me, it appears he's starting to lose his composure a little bit. We'll see if he can regroup and get back into a better rhythm.
Now here's Bledsoe. Following the miss by C.J. McCollum. Shot's good by Bledsoe. Bledsoe's got 14 points.
It's going to take more than that to stop Bledsoe now. Come on. I mean, this guy excels at taking contact and handling punishment on the way up.
Bledsoe against Lillard. McCollum outside. Wow, came this close to a 4-point play. He'll head to the line for 3 free throws. Wesley Matthews picks one up. For Portland, they have been on target from the free throw line. They're 5 of 5 in that department.
And last season, when they got themselves to the line, they usually came through as a team up around 81%.
3 shots. 3 shots.
And he's good on the first of 3. Good on the second free throw. It's good, and he's 100% from the line thus far.
And he's been rock solid at the free throw line tonight. A little bit of an unexpected bonus for them.
Giannis Antetokounmpo, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for Milwaukee. His stat line has been terrific. As the quarter ends, he's already got a double-double. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Chris, you guys were able to get the lead. What was the key to getting all those open shots?
It was just getting stops, getting rebound, getting out and pushing, finding lanes, finding open guys.
And you made the most of it, Chris. Thanks a lot. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. A tremendous game we're seeing from Giannis Antetokounmpo. He had 35 points, 3 block shots, and a monster amount of rebounds. After a subpar performance in their previous contest, he has come on strong tonight. His first half, sensation. Kenny, your thoughts on the Bucks' first half?
Really great rebounding effort, Ernie, so far. They're putting up some nice numbers in that category. That's the big difference in the first half.
Looking at Portland, Shaq, your thoughts?
Well, they had a strong perimeter game. See, Ernie, when this team executes from long range, those weapons spread out of defense. Coming out in the second half, if those shooters are hot, they got a great chance to take control of this game.
And that's going to do it for our halftime show, sadly. Third quarter about to start. See you again after the final.
Horn. Oh, buzzer.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. You look at Antetokounmpo in this one, he's been everywhere.
Well, with a double-double in hand through 2 quarters, you can just imagine what his stat line will look like at the end of this one.
Yeah, he's got that locked-in look in his eyes tonight, and he's not going to start taking it easy. I think he's going to be going hard until that final whistle blows.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Trailblazers trail by 3. And on the floor for Mike Budenholzer starting the second half. Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. The backcourt comprised of Bledsoe and Matthews. And it's Lopez in at the 5 down low.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Bledsoe against Lillard from 10 feet out, and he hits the jump shot. 16 points for Eric Bledsoe.
And, you know, you've got to honor Bledsoe's mid-range J. I mean, he's consistent at knocking it down from there.
Here's Nurkic, and it's sent back by Lopez. Out of bounds, Trailblazers ball as Portland keeps possession. The Trailblazers making a switch here. Hood's checked in. Hazonia on the wing, covered by Giannis. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Antetokounmpo.
All right, a chance to check out stats for Hassan Whiteside. He had a strong showing last season. 7th in blocks, 9th in rebounding, and a great touch around the rim. Top 15 in field goal percentage.
Great anticipation and timing. That's how he ended up a top 10 shot blocker. Clock is at 3. Tipped away. Matthews with the steal. Bledsoe right side. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a three-point play. It goes on C.J. McCollum.
Tell you what, if you're going to hit Bledsoe, you really got to give it to him, because when you don't, he just works through that contact.
The Bucks shooting the 6th attempt at the free throw line tonight.
And last season, 77% from the line. They could usually get the job done there.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
The free throw drops for Eric Bledsoe. Clark, I'm going to get a little detailed here, but in terms of footwork in the post, who really impresses you?
Well, there are a number of guys, Kevin. I mean, you think about it. Kevin Durant is a lethal scorer and does a lot of his work off the dribble and in transition on pull-up threes. But when he is a post-up threat, and he does get posted sometimes, his footwork is superb, absolutely superb. Joel Embiid comes to mind, big fella with feet of a ballerina. Jokic does a great job with his feet, not nearly as athletic as Embiid or Durant. And then I would put Kawhi Leonard outside of a big guy. I mean, he's not a big guy in terms of position, but boy, he is very efficient down in the low post when he gets it there.
Good names. Matthews finds Giannis. And the dunk by Giannis.
Absolutely awesome to watch Antetokounmpo rise up for these throwdowns. I mean, it's really quite easy for him.
Deflects the pass. Bledsoe against Lillard. Clock at 6. Lays it up off the glass. Lillard's got 21 in the game.
And how about Lillard just being aggressive here on offense? He can heat up quickly, just super efficient, and a high IQ score.
And Matthews gets it to go.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Lillard outside. From past the arc. The offensive rebound, right side, and foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It goes on Giannis Antetokounmpo.
You know, guys, you've got to give much respect to the length of Whiteside. I mean, he's a hulking 7-footer who takes a lot of pride in being the defensive anchor for this team.
No good on the free throw.
Well, he might not be blocking 4 shots a game anymore, but Hassan Whiteside's still a factor in the paint defensively.
Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for Matthews. He hits the second from the line. And with Whiteside, his size and length set him apart from others defensively. Greg, even at the center position.
You just can't ignore the reach and coverage that Whiteside has when he's in the paint. Even though the block numbers aren't what they once were, the amount of shots he changes is still very high.
Here's Connaughton. And that's out of bounds. Milwaukee will retain possession. Let's take this chance to see which of last season's teams had the most second chance points in the league. In fourth, the Trailblazers.
That's an effort stat for me. I mean, it shows you how hard this team works in the paint. They continue to pound the backboard.
Now, here's Antetokounmpo. He's got 39.
Boy, Hazonia playing with real tenacity. I've got great respect for that kind of effort on defense.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
I tell you what a good thing that he showed up today, because without him, this thing would already be over.
And stolen by Lillard. It's McCollum on the wing. Lillard, the pass to McCollum. And it's off the back rim, no good. Bucks leading by 9. And stolen by Lillard. It's McCollum on the wing. Back to Lillard. Hood deciding where to go with it. Here's the lob to Lillard, and Damian Lillard with the jam.
And hard to decide which was better, the pass, the catch, or the slam.
Oh, there's no wrong answer. Sensational alley-oop.
Tell you what, you wouldn't know they're the team trailing when they're able to pull off plays like that.
Here's Giannis, following the score by Damian Lillard. And attacked on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
Well, I tell you what, the long arms of Antetokounmpo are really incredibly lethal in the paint. Sometimes the defense really has no choice but to foul him and then hope he misses.
All right, well, look at how the hustle game has been going for the Bucks.
Take a break.
Contested shots and block shots. They're bread and butter defensively. They're giving up no easy looks.
And also, how about the points they've gotten in transition or on the fast break tonight? That's been a huge factor as well.
And the first one drops. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Zach Collins checked in for Whiteside. Tolliver comes in for Mario Hezonja. Little, he's checked in for Rodney Hood. And it's Kent Bazemore in for Lillard. Milwaukee also making some changes. Ilyasova, he's checked in for Lopez. Korver comes in for Chris Middleton. And it's Hill in for Eric Bledsoe. All free throws from Antetokounmpo. Portland with the ball. They trail by 9 points. They'll host the Denver Nuggets after this one. They'll find themselves in the middle of this string of 3 straight at home. And the basket by McCollum.
A natural scorer. Give McCollum any room to get his shot off, and he's going to let it fly.
Here's Connaughton following the basket by C.J. McCollum.
You know, using his size advantage there to rip down that board in traffic.
Passes it to Bazemore. Back to McCollum. Out to the right wing. The wide open shot by Little. A 3-pointer, no good. Bucks leading by 7. Floats it up for Giannis. And he makes good on the layup. Antetokounmpo's got 43 points.
Strong work for him at the offensive end, helping them to maintain that lead.
Now a timeout called by Portland.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
Yeah, you know, just look at the numbers, guys. I mean, they are being taken to the woodshed in the paint.
And now let's get a look at the numbers for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Last season, he played outstanding, putting in about 27 points a game, 12 rebounds, and 6 assists. And his playmaking really stands out, making his teammates better offensively with his terrific passing.
Yeah, he's outstanding at controlling the tempo. I mean, keeps the ball moving and, of course, finds the open man.
That's in, and the Milwaukee lead is cut down now to just 6 on the basket from McCollum.
He drilled 1 from deep in the first half, doing it again here in the second.
Ilyasova dishes to Hill. Out to the wing. Here's Connaughton. He's covered by Bazemore. 4 on the clock. From deep. Offensive rebound. Here's Giannis. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
And they hold a huge advantage on the backboards.
Greg, and that's been the key to this league. I mean, they've really dominated the glass.
This will make 4 trips to the line so far in the game.
Looking back to last season, he was at about 73%.
One shot.
And that one misses.
And look, a tough rookie season for Zach Collins, but boy, he's bounced back much better in terms of shooting, showing why he was taken in the top 10 back in 2017.
Now here's Bazemore. 6 points for him. And a miss there on the triple. And here's Hill, who will bring it up for Milwaukee. 17 points was their biggest margin. He kicks it to Giannis. And they double up on Antetokounmpo. Connaughton passes to Antetokounmpo. And the dunk by Giannis.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones.
Hey, they've got a nice, comfortable lead here, fellas. Might as well keep it simple. Do it a plain, simple one-hander, just like pound cake.
I would agree. And you look at Collins, able to protect the rim and space the floor offensively.
And fits that modern template for an NBA center. Time will tell how good he can be, but he's already making an impact.
Trailblazers trail by 7. Now here's McCollum. He has 29. Bazemore. Here's Little. A three-pointer off the mark. Milwaukee's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. And they double up on Antetokounmpo. Outside Korver. And Ilyasova kicks to Korver. Pass to Connaughton. From deep. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. Nurkic checked in for Collins. Here's McCollum. Dishes it to Bazemore. To the wing right side. Lets it fly. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. And here are the Trailblazers now. Connaughton passes to Antetokounmpo. That shot is off. Great D that time from Nurkic. And Bazemore kicks to Little. Banked in off the glass. Little's got 5 points in the quarter.
Really nice job moving the ball around that time, picking apart that defense.
Here's Giannis. Great D that time from Nurkic. And it's McCollum off the drive. And that one, good.
Despite the play of the team, I think he's had an outstanding game. He's really done well here.
Great shooting for him at the foul line tonight. 7 of 7.
And how about the job he's done at the free throw line?
Been tremendous, Greg. I mean, both in terms of getting to the stripe and then knocking him down once he's there. And guys, the numbers don't lie. I mean, he was such a reliable presence at the free throw line all throughout last season.
And the Bucks making a change here. Lopez is checked in. Milwaukee in the lead. Hill finds Lopez. Here is Ilyasova for 3. Hill, good on the three-point shot. Hill's got 6 points.
Well, you can't lose sight of Hill when he's out on the perimeter. a deadly shooter from deep.
Now the pass to McCollum. That's tipped. Floats one up. Here's Nurkic. And a good offensive board. And he gets the bucket.
And such a polished player near the basket. Nurkic feels comfortable taking those in-close shots.
On the wing, Hill. 6 points for him. And the rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. Here's McCollum. The shot from the low post is good. Now just a 1-point Bucks lead. Milwaukee's gone into a slump here from three-point range, shooting just 1 of 5 here in the third. Ilyasova dishes to Korver. Hill against McCollum. Nurkic with the block. They get it back. Let's take a look at last year's leading shot blockers. You don't want one of these guys in front of you when you're coming down the lane. Fourth, Brook Lopez.
And shot blocking is the element of the game that I think he cares about the most. That's where he puts in that effort and energy.
Shooting 2.
That free throw good from Ilyasova.
Well, you think about Ilyasova's lethal jump shot. It makes him a valuable player because he can stretch the floor.
And the Bucks making a change here. Matthews is checked in. And both free throws good for Ilyasova.
Really always a plus to have a big guy stroke it from the line like that. The soft touch on full display.
McCollum against Hill. McCollum kicks to Little. That falls. Nice feed that time for McCollum. McCollum's got 3 assists tonight.
So impressive, the fortitude, the will to battle back, but it did take a lot of energy to get here.
Yeah, you know, battling back is about staying the course, and their attitude never changed.
And again, the Bucks miss. The basket would put them in front for the first time today.
And you can tell they know what this possession means.
Well, the Bucks shooting in the second half so far about 45%. Matthews, left side. And the rebound by Nurkic.
That's exactly the look they wanted, guys. Right guy, right play, wrong result.
And the whistle blows. It'll be on Pat Connaughton. That'll be his second foul of the game. Kazanya, he's checked in for Portland. And Milwaukee with a change here, too. Bledsoe's checked in. .50 seconds left in the third quarter. Nurkic the pass to Little. Back to Nurkic for the lead. Bucket is good. Nurkic has got the lead up to 2 now for the Trailblazers.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Pass to Little. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Bazemore misses.
And if you ask me what percentage of the time he's making that shot, my answer would be in the single digits.
Well, you can't be forcing a shot like that. You got to keep the ball moving. Get something better.
And good that time.
You've got to give them a lot of credit for just battling back into this game.
Extremely impressive was the rally they made. I mean, we'll see how much their comeback might have taken out of them, and we'll see if they can keep that foot on the pedal now.
C.J. McCollum, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for the Portland Trailblazers. And his big game just keeps getting bigger. That quarter sees him get over 30 points. We come back right after this. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Yeah, platinum level dime dropping there, fellas. Accurate and on time.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter in what is still anybody's ballgame. Lillard and Hood work together in the backcourt. Nurkic is out there with Hazonia, and it's Whiteside in at the center filling out the middle. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Portland leading by 4. Lillard, Whiteside, passes it to Whiteside. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. 7 points for Hassan Whiteside.
It's been like this all night for both teams. The offenses having their way.
Any lull in the action so far has been short-lived because there have been nothing but buckets in this one.
Here's Bledsoe. Nice D from Lillard. And so Hood will bring it up for Portland. Ring shot on the way, and Portland again with the bucket.
And they've done some nice work as we've come down the stretch here in the final quarter.
Greg, you can feel the sense of urgency they have to get this thing closed out as soon as possible.
Lopez finds Antetokounmpo, and the dunk by Giannis.
And Antetokounmpo, the Greek freak, showing again how committed he is when he takes that ball inside off the drive.
Feeds it to Lillard. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Lillard's got 25 points.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with the pass.
Lillard against Bledsoe. The dish to Giannis. Again, what an avalanche! That gives him 51.
Making it look easy.
You know, Bledsoe has developed his passing skills to the point where you've got to respect that part of his game. He's doing a nice job finding his open guys.
Nurkic can't hit. Bucks trail by 6. Bledsoe outside. Lopez dishes to Middleton. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Whiteside. And Portland making a change here. McCollum's checked in. And stolen by Lillard. Fast break. Here we go. Here's Hood. They grabbed their own miss, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It goes on Eric Bledsoe.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup, give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
And he knocks down the first one. And he makes the first, but misses the second. Inside, and the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg.
Well, I like the way he capped off that drive. The one-hand hole punch.
And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
And it had been talked about for some time, but last summer the Heat finally decided to pull the trigger on Hassan Whiteside. Traded to Portland for Leonard and Harkless. Whiteside and the Heat had soured on each other in the trade. A chance for both sides to have a fresh start.
That one is off. And he sinks the second. Bucks trail by 6. Pass to Matthews. Third minute of action now gone here in the fourth. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. Trailblazers leading by 6. Down low, here's McCollum. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. And that's 36 points for C.J. McCollum. Here is Bledsoe. Floats it up for Giannis. He got it again. Sensational.
And he's been dominant here thus far.
Shouldering the offense, G.A. really taking it to the opposition. McCollum kicks to Lillard. Fires from deep. And it's Hazanya with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Bucks trail by 6. Giannis right side. And it's blocked by Whiteside. And he recovers it. Outside for Bledsoe. Stolen by McCollum. Lets it go from 14. And that one, good. McCollum's got 38 points. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Trailblazers.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
Yeah, and also the way they've been able to generate points off of the turnovers that they forced tonight has also helped.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. C.J. McCollum really making a difference here.
Boy, he's been killing them all night, and the defense looks like it's practically packed it in.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, guys, I was able to listen to what Mike Budenholzer told his team during that timeout. Not happy with the way this game is going. He said you're getting used out there on the perimeter. Inside the arc, we're doing some good things, but outside, we're a disaster. Tighten it up. Kevin, we'll see if they can close out on those shooters a little more effectively.
Middleton the pass to Lopez. Over Hood. And there's Lopez. That's good on the assist by Middleton. And that's now 7 points for Brook Lopez.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
Three-pointer, Lillard traps in the tray. Lillard's got the lead up to 9 now for Portland.
And that's another 3. And if the defense is hoping that they don't heat up from out there like they did in the first half, they may be in for a real bad surprise.
Antetokounmpo finds Matthews. That one falls.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
And Lillard gets it to go.
And this is the game plan for him. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
And you know what? It's all about the long-distance game for him tonight. He's getting it done from out there.
Here's Giannis. And again, it's Milwaukee converted.
You really got to tip your cap to him in terms of how he's played today, even if they end up losing this game.
Matthews against McCollum. To the middle. Here's Whiteside. Rebounded by the Bucks.
They've been the better rebounding team by a healthy margin, but it hasn't been enough.
Yeah, you know, they're hustling and giving a good effort, that's for sure, but unfortunately, the execution has been lacking.
And Clark, many fans thought Brook Lopez might have washed it after his stint with Los Angeles, but, you know, he was reborn after joining the Bucks.
Yeah, sometimes a fresh start re-energizes you and helps you change your game. This guy was, though, a 20-point scorer a night in the past, so he can put it in the basket. He didn't get those kind of numbers with the Bucks, but really was exactly what they needed as a big guy who could shoot the three and also be a rim protector inside.
Shooting two.
That's good from Antetokounmpo. He doesn't get the second one. And so Hood will bring it up for Portland. They lead by 7. Back to Lillard. From outside the arc. They get it again. Whiteside. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. That free throw, no good. Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for Wesley Matthews. No luck that time either. Bucks trail by 7. And there's Bledsoe on the assist by Antetokounmpo. Giannis has got his 7th assist in the game. Hazonia kicks to Hood. To Lillard. That one, no good. Good D by Lopez. And Connaughton has it in the corner. And the 3 ball is good. And now just a 2-point Portland lead.
The adjustments they've made offensively, they're putting guys in a position now to succeed.
It's certainly been an impressive run. They finally found the right formula to break down the defense.
Pass to Lopez. Back to Connaughton. To the inside. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
You know, guys, sometimes that just happens, but you don't like to see it when the game is this close.
Portland's gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. Hazonia with the ball. Passes to Lillard. Trying to get something going. Here's Whiteside, and the jam by Whiteside.
If the keys to your offense are in Lillard's hands, you're going to be in pretty good shape. Check out how well he runs the pick and roll there. That's just a perfect way to play.
And it's out of bounds. The Bucks able to retain possession here.
Yeah, gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
Clearly a careless pass. He got away with one there.
Here's Antetokounmpo, and another one. 60 points. This guy cannot be stopped.
They've had no answer for him in this one.
Cullen passes to Whiteside. Lillard up and in on the layup. Lillard's got 10 points now just in this quarter.
Guys, this has been an incredible performance this quarter. I mean, he's getting the ball where he likes it and wants it and just going to work.
Lopez outside. He dishes it to Giannis. Just 5 on the clock. Connects again. That's 62 points. 62.
Amazing. A remarkable performance from him so far.
Lillard against Bledsoe. And the Trailblazers getting another bucket right there.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
The bucket is good. He'll have a chance for one more. They get Hassan Whiteside.
They are just killing him on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Nurkic checked in for Whiteside.
One shot.
The free throw drops for Bledsoe.
You know, one of the things I'd like to see Bledsoe improve on is his passing. Other than that, I think his overall game is pretty solid.
Lillard finds McCollum. From outside, off the mark. The Bucks trail. Here's Connaughton. Pass to Antetokounmpo. To take the lead. Good, that's another bucket. He's been absolutely ridiculous in this game.
You get the sense he just can't miss.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And it's been a ridiculous performance in the best sense possible. I mean, everything about his game has been working. And no matter what they've thrown at him, he's had the answer.
Here's Lillard. There's the pass to Nurkic. Back to Lillard. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It goes on Eric Bledsoe.
Lillard is really a force of nature. I mean, an incredible talent who torches just about everybody with his scoring ability.
First free throw is good. them both.
And really, the tension could not be higher right now. And he looked like he was shooting free throws at practice. What a cool customer.
Timeout called, the Bucks.
And a wise move to call timeout there. They need to settle down a bit. They've been playing out of control at times here, and it shows with their turnover numbers.
Antetokounmpo kicks to Bledsoe. Bucks passing it around. Pass to Antetokounmpo. Shot clock at 5. Bounce pass Middleton. This one for 3. They get it back. Nurkic with the block. Now Lillard. 1:52 left in the fourth. Over Bledsoe. That one rolling around and rims out.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Antetokounmpo against Hood. And that one's good by Giannis. And the Bucks lead by 1.
You know, feeling very comfortable taking a big shot when his team needs it. That's a sign of how Antetokounmpo has matured recently.
Three-pointer, Lillard. Here's Nurkic. Lopez with the block. And it's the Bucks on the break. Giannis with the ball. And stolen by Lillard. And here's the fast break. Here's McCollum. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. McCollum's got 40 points.
Boy, you have to respect the quickness because he's excellent at using his hands to complement those quick feet to come up with steals.
Antetokounmpo trying to break loose and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And they had a foul to give, but you want to use it on the ground.
Yeah, I agree with you there, but at least they did get the clock stopped. That is the one saving grace of that situation. Shoot 2.
He sinks the clutch free throw.
And stretch the floor just about to the three-point line.
And so making both free throws, that'll give them the lead here.
Yeah, critical that he's able to convert there. Now they've taken the lead.
And Lillard double teamed. And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball. And it's the Trailblazers with the ball. Count it!
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
Cool, calm, collected, and confident in the game. Yes.
And they had a foul to give, but you want to use it on the ground.
Yeah, I agree with you there, but at least they did get the clock stopped. That is the one saving grace of that situation.
ties the game up. And so both free throws good that time, and that puts him ahead.
Yeah, nice there. He does not waste those opportunities. Just what they needed with this game still in doubt.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 1. 29 seconds left in the game. So it's Portland now. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It goes on Eric Bledsoe.
And they had a foul to give, but you want to use it on the ground.
Yeah, I agree with you there, but at least they did get the clock stopped. That is the one saving grace of that situation.
He knocks down. And so he's good on both free throws, and that gives them the lead. Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. They're down by 1. 20 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
Yeah, always intriguing to see what a coach draws up in this situation.
And we call those ATOs, or plays run after a timeout. They often make the difference in a game.
Fourth quarter.
There's no doubt about it. Eric Bledsoe has got the touch. He's feeling it.
Lillard against Bledsoe. Here is Lillard. Launches it. Oh, that shot had a chance, but no good. And so it's the Bucks who come out on top here. This win, such a tremendous emotional boost for them.
Really an accomplishment and crazy finish to take a road game like this and simply deflate an entire building.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, guys. Congrats, Brooke, on the win. You guys were down, but you were able to overcome it. What does that say about your team?
You know, I think it shows our poise. You know, we responded. You know, I think we were really at our highest urgency level, and we came together as a team. And this time we held our lead in that.
Well, maybe you'll continue to develop that killer instinct during the rest of the season. Thanks, Brooke. Back to you.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. We'll see you later.